Welcome everybody to Volatility Trading Strategies. So 2019 is officially in the rearview mirror, and right now is about that time where most people are struggling to keep all those New Year's resolutions they made. Now for me, in 2020, I'm embarking on a little personal development experiment, and I'm inviting all of you in the VTS community to join me. Sometimes it is easier knowing that other people are doing something with you, so feel free to follow along. Every month this year, 12 in a row, I'm going to do a different 30-day challenge, 1-month challenges. Some will be deprivation, some will be adding things in, but all of them are going to require some discipline. And that's the point. I truly believe that doing difficult things and achieving our goals is what makes us who we are. Not to get too philosophical and woo-woo here, but that may be the meaning of life. For inspiration on that concept, you can follow people like David Goggins or Jocko Willink on Twitter. Now, to be honest, I always feel a little inferior when reading their stuff, but they're not wrong about discipline, and it can be really motivational. So instead of vaguely making resolutions and saying I'm going to try my best, I'm going to take on these challenges and just do them. As a wise man once said,
all right, I'll give it a try.
No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, smash that like button for me, and let me share with you my 12 challenges for 2020. So I've tried to touch on several areas with these. Personal finance, career, relationships, health. There's a little bit of everything. Feel free to pick and choose a few of these ideas that interest you, or just do them all with me. Starting right now in January 2020. The 30-day challenge is to track all spending down to the penny. Now I know I'm a few days late here, so hopefully we can remember what we spent in the last few days. But I feel this is an important one to kick off the new year because if you're anything like me, you probably spent a little bit too much money over the holidays. Tracking expenses is important because the truth is most people don't fully know where all their money is going. You work your butt off at your job day after day, and at the end of the month, you're not really sure why there isn't more money left over to add to that investment account and build for retirement. Here's a shocking statistic. Did you know that roughly 75% of Americans live more or less paycheck to paycheck? It's amazing how many people just seem to reach that equilibrium level where they spend all of their income. So at the end of every day in January, before you head off to bed, I want you to track exactly what you spent that day right down to the penny. Personally, I'm just going to use an Excel spreadsheet, but you can also download one of those apps that can help you track it. Some of the more popular ones are called Mint, Clarity Money. There's one called Wally. Any one of those free apps will do. The point of this 30-day challenge is to see all those expenses written down in black and white. So at the end of it, we can come back and see if there's any areas that we could potentially save a bit more money. And hopefully after doing this for a month, it just becomes one of those useful financial habits that continues into the future. Moving on to the challenge for February, spend 1 hour a day building a side business. In this digital age, the internet and social media are really breaking down the barriers to entry in a lot of fields. Anybody with the work ethic can do this, and many successful people these days have multiple streams of income. And the best time to start building up a secondary income stream is while you already have your existing job and income stream right now. So dedicate 1 hour every day in February to building a side hustle. Start a YouTube channel, get into affiliate marketing, launch a website, and build an online course surrounding your hobby or passion. Or get into real estate and rental properties. Whatever it is, you never know where these side hustles will take you. Maybe in a few years it replaces what you currently do. That's oftentimes how some of these people with those exciting careers we see get started. They start out as a side hustle, and then they just snowball from there. And you'd be amazed what you can accomplish in just 1 hour a day. So that's the challenge. For the month of March, and I realize this is going to be a very tough one for some of you out there, but I do think it's going to be a very meaningful challenge. Limit yourself to just 1 hour of screen time a day. And for this, of course, I mean all screens that are not work-related. So if your work is on a computer, then that doesn't count. But everything else does. Television, video games, cell phones, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We only get 1 hour a day. The amount of time that the average person is spending on digital entertainment and social media these days is getting a little out of control. In the US, it's about 7 hours a day. And with the younger generation, it's even more. In many countries, it's 10 hours a day or more, so this is only going to get worse. Just for 30 days, let's see what it feels like to just turn them off. Of course, you still do get 1 hour if you need your Baby Yoda fix or if you have to check your Twitter feed, but that's it. April is going to be a fitness/meditation challenge. Every day, set your alarm 1 hour early and take a 1 hour walk every morning. Now, if you want to turn that into walking to work, that's fine too. But the point is to start every day with a nice long walk. For an added health bonus, do it while fasted. Don't eat anything, just wake up in the morning, brush your teeth, and head on out for a nice long 1-hour walk. Of course, this is going to be healthy, but there's other benefits as well. I'm a runner, I log about 50 kilometers a week, and for me, I get a lot of my best thinking done when I'm out there on the road. Most of my articles and videos get planned out when I'm on one of my long runs. Now, fortunately, I run at night, so for April, I'm challenging myself to also add a 1-hour walk every morning. Really looking forward to seeing how productive I can be with that extra meditation time. For May, with summer approaching, my challenge will be simple. Drink 1 gallon of water a day. And for all the non-Americans, I'm Canadian, so we'll round it up to about 4 liters of water a day. Now sure, that might be a little bit of overkill. We likely don't need that much water, but most of us are dehydrated day to day, so I really want to do this for 1 month and just see how I feel. I've seen people report simple benefits like just looking better in the skin and face, but also things like more energy, better sleep, improved brain function. I don't know about you, but I could use a little bit of all of those. The only time I ever really drink a lot of pure water is before or during running. Aside from that, it's basically coffee for me. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how I feel with 30 straight days of a gallon of water a day. This challenge for June may not sound that hard, but I suspect it will be. Spend 1 hour a day doing your favorite hobby. Now for me, I used to be a professional golfer. I dedicated a good 15 years of my life playing pretty much all day every day. But since I retired from golf in 2005 and started my investing career, I really haven't played that much at all. If I get out golfing even once or twice per month these days, that's a victory. So for my challenge, I'm going to spend 1 hour a day in June at the driving range or on the putting green, just getting back to enjoying my daily dose of golf. What's your hobby? What's that thing that you love to do but never manage to make enough time for? Just spend 30 days getting back into that, a little bit each day. I don't know how much this next one applies to you, but it's going to be a huge change for me. 30 days of nothing but home cooking. Absolutely no outside food. For me, I don't think there's a day in my life that I don't eat out at least 2 or 3 items, if not more. I get a 6-inch sub or eat sushi pretty much every day for lunch. I spend a few hours a day at Starbucks, so that usually involves a coffee and maybe a cheesecake or a scone. And then Vanessa and I do eat out at restaurants pretty much every day together as well. Really bad habit. It's unhealthy, it's expensive, but I pretty much do it because it's convenient. But that's what challenges are for, right? So for 30 days straight, no outside food or drinks. Again, this next one is going to be tough for me personally, which is why I've chosen it. Catch up with a person you haven't spoken to in a while. Lunch with an old friend, drinks with someone from work, a long phone call to a family member. Just reconnecting with more people. I'm an introvert, so I really struggle with keeping in touch with people. Maybe some of you can relate to that. I don't have any problem making friends, and I'd like to think that people like me when they meet me, but I'm just really lazy at maintaining relationships. I'm perfectly happy just spending my time options trading, working, crunching numbers in Excel all day long, running and working out by myself. But for this challenge, I'm really going to make an effort to reconnect. So another physical challenge for September, 30 straight days of yoga, 1 class per day. Now you'd think this one would be easy for me. Vanessa is a yoga instructor, so I can easily join her class whenever I want. But we've been together for over 9 years now, and I can count on my fingers, I don't even need my toes, the number of times I've done yoga. I should probably try to fix that, right? The benefits are obvious, and even the most legit badasses in the world, David Goggins, Cameron Hanes, even throw Joe Rogan in there, they all swear by yoga. So in September, I'm going to find out why. October's challenge is one that I already do, but I'll just double my output. I'm basically including this one because I want to invite the VTS community to try it. October is all about making videos. Now, you don't necessarily have to upload them on YouTube, that's up to you. But this challenge is more about learning how to do it and putting a few videos together. The world is changing so fast. Even just 5 years ago, most businesses, at least in my industry of asset management, it was mostly done through articles and writing. But these days, video is a great way to differentiate your product. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, making videos is very time-consuming. It is so much easier to just fire off a bunch of tweets or write an article. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, then great, add that video element to your business. If you're not, maybe just do some daily vlogs or videos with your family. It's just about practicing to be on camera. And I promise you, you'll learn some other valuable skills in the process. Planning, idea generation, script writing, the technical stuff like lighting, sound, video editing. If you are uploading them, then web design, search engine optimization. These are all valuable skills that translate very well into many industries. For November, another health challenge, and I suspect a hugely difficult one for many of us. No caffeine and no sugar for the whole month. Now, I don't really know how much is considered too much coffee before it starts to get unhealthy. I'm basically at a Starbucks a day, plus 4 or 5 Nespresso capsules throughout the day. That might be a little much, so I'm going to go a whole month with 0 and see how I feel. But sugar, that's the big one. In the Western world, sugar consumption has risen dramatically over the years. Now, some of that has to do with income and accessibility, but it's also just that sugar is everywhere in our society now as a cheap and easy additive. And the Western world also has a rising obesity epidemic as well. I'm not saying it's entirely due to sugar, but the correlation has to be really high, and that is a big part of it. The increased rate of diabetes, for example, is one of the many things that is affecting people's health, and the forward projections are quite alarming. So 1 month, no caffeine, and most importantly, no sugar. Now, obviously, it's impossible to completely eliminate it. Sugar's in many of our foods, whether we like it or not. But this challenge is about reducing it to the minimum possible level so we can actually feel the changes. And the final challenge for the year, and I've intentionally selected it for next December, is to spend far less money than normal in the holiday season. The amount of money we're spending as a society at Christmas and other holidays, weddings and anniversaries, kids' birthday parties, it's getting out of control, and I'm definitely guilty of this as well. So this challenge is about finding clever ways to make December just as much fun as it always is without all the extra spending, basically bringing it back to a time for family rather than commerce. Now, we don't have to go crazy and give lumps of coal to everybody as presents. Vanessa will still get something nice, but unfortunately for her, it's not going to come in a white bag. Some of you men out there might know what I'm talking about. So these are the 12 challenges that I've chosen. Naturally, some are going to be harder than others depending on your lifestyle, but it's a good mix for all of us to try out. Now, I'm under no illusions. These won't necessarily remain habits forever. That's not the point. Nobody can be that disciplined. But we'll try a bunch, we'll keep a few, and hopefully it will add something to our lives. If nothing else, it'll be a great experience. We can tell the story of how we went a whole month without buying any outside food or drinks, or the pain that was induced by 30 days straight of yoga. So good luck, everybody, and may 2020 be a very prosperous year for you and your family. Take care. Thank you so much for watching the video. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and go check out my website right here. There's tons of articles and videos on there, as well as a free trial to join the VTS investing community. What have you got to lose? Come see how I personally navigate these unruly markets. See you next time.